My brand before Catalyst, I really felt like, yes, aesthetically it was pleasing, but I think that's just all it was, is it was pleasing. It didn't say a whole lot about my work. It didn't say a whole lot about me. And as the artist, I am partially the brand. So I needed something that kind of dug deeper and also helped me connect with the kind of people that I want to sell my work to and the homes that I want to be in. And I thought that joining Catalyst would really help me figure that out. And my gosh, it really did.
I always had this kind of, this kind of thing in the background that I was like, oh, it's just not quite aligned. It's not quite me, but I don't know what I would change, and I don't know what would be better. I need somebody to help me find what that is, and that's now what I've got after doing the course.
I knew very, very clearly that Fiona was going to help me to get in touch with my gut feeling, really with my deeper sense of my own intuition of where I wanted to go as a psychotherapist and as an entrepreneur. I can sometimes get stuck in my head a little bit and go through loops. And I knew Fia was just going to get me straight to what my contribution is to this world and what the next chapter is in what I've got to give and to share. And she absolutely did.
The most revealing thing was I'm going through the program. There was a lot of writing, and I do love to write, but it was one of those, I was like, oh, she keeps asking the same question, but it's phrased just a little bit differently. And I realized, of course, that was intentional because I had to keep answering the same question. And if I kept answering it, not like you're trying to cheat one of those, personality tests, but if I keep answering it in the same way, like take the highlighter, highlight the crap out of that, because that is really important. And that is fundamental probably to how I work, think, what my brand stands for. And so I think really it was all of those questions that were really just catalysts, but they were really what started making me realize that, like, oh, we've got something here. You do have some level of clarity, but this was just drawing it out. And I feel like then going to the weekly sessions and getting the feedback from Fiona was that me thinking, oh, I think I'm getting somewhere. And then her being like, nailed it. That was when I was like, oh my God, yes, thank God. And then she saw it too. So it was like, it wasn't something that, oh, it's not really connecting. Really, it was connecting. She was seeing it. I was feeling it and writing it. And getting that little level of collaboration too, I think was amazing, rather than just doing like one of the evergreen programs, which I've also done and they're great. But having that little bit of extra feedback was just phenomenal.
You had a really good response to your brand and your website and things from your clients beforehand, didn't you? How's the new branding now that it's done post-Catalyst? How's that been received?
I get so many compliments on it. When I even from people that I knew beforehand that knew my old brand, and then they've seen my new brand, they were wowed, and they were like, oh, I see what you mean when you said it wasn't connecting, because now they were like, oh, this is Cara. This is like the core meat of what you've been trying to do. And it's in the art, but it wasn't in the brand. And now it's just this whole, it's seamless. And I feel like anytime I take my emblem and use it as a watermark somewhere or something, it's, if it's on my artwork, they feel like they belong together. Whereas before it was just kind of a little bit of a womp womp, like it's fine, but it's not exciting. So yeah, I have received great response from anyone who's seen it.